Oh no, I haven't done this in so long. I've totally forgot what I'm doing. Everything's scared. Guys, I'm really scared. I forgot how to do this. But either way, it's been a hot minute, and the Guild Wars all just so happen to reset to 0. So thus, everybody's rank 1, which means nobody's rank 1. And that's pretty much what you're going to be seeing here. So basically, we're going into a Navy Captain Landy, a Remnant Violet, and a Lilias. And we're going to be seeing some questionable things pretty much a little bit later on down the line. So I decided to go with Silvertide Christy because I really wanted to try her out. I've tried her out a little bit in Arena. Some pretty decent, success I've had with her because pretty much the best unit that I found really with her, before Christy would really work with Arya, she would work with martial artist Ken, things like that, but it really feels like her bestest friend ever is absolutely Lone Crescent Bellona right now. So we've already killed the Navy Captain Landy. The Navy Captain Landy wasn't really much of a problem because we hard focused into her with Lone Crescent, and then we're doing a lot of extra damage to the team as well because we also hit the Remnant Violet at one point, and anytime he doesn't dodge is just absolute depression. But right here, we happen to hit him enough times, his focus goes through, and shazam! Christy is almost dead. Now, fortunately for us, we're able to turn cycle around just enough to where Lone Crescent Bellona is going to get her turn, because if she didn't get that turn, Christy was more than likely fucking dead right there. Because then she would have drug Remnant Violet into him, and Remnant Violet might have actually killed him. But now, because we've actually dealt with this, we're fine. And also, Doris was here because, hey, we love to have a wonderful target for Remnant Violet to go into, and we don't really have to worry about that initial S3 animation really fucking our shit in. But either way, we've really dealt with the two main threats on the team, and it's really just a matter of time until we win. So, I don't know, Remnant Violet, a lot of people really want to say, hey, he needs buffs. Honestly, I don't think he needs buffs. I think the evasion mechanics need buffs. But I'll talk about that a little bit later, because we're going to be on this fight for a hot fucking minute. So, straight up, Kayron, Elena, and Bad Cat Armin. To those of you who have fought stuff like this in the past, what is the thing that is wrong here? For starters, the very first thing is Elena being on the team actually does not help in any way, shape, or form. Sure, you're going to get this first team off right here because she's an anti-cleave unit. We did an AoE attack. We did less damage because her existence on the field is there, and she's just straight up healed the whole team to full. It was almost like we didn't even attack, and now they have invincibility. Oh no! Did we just int? Well, no, not really. Because as soon as, the Elena gets off, that one bit of, her S3 stuff that she really does, Elena, essentially does nothing else for the rest of the fight. And also, anytime I see a Kayron on the field, I always give a lot of respect to a Kayron because I don't know what the fuck I'm fighting. It could be one that has some F-res, could be one that has no F-res, could be one that has a lot of HP, could be one on counter, which this one happens to be on counter, which he didn't need to be because that's the whole purpose of Bad Cat Armin being here. But, the other big thing as well is Bad Cat Armin fucking sucks. And this is the reason why. It's mainly because of Bad Cat Armin's S2. It is extremely interesting. Hey, anytime you hit Bad Cat Armin, she puts crit damage buff on whoever's on the whoever's on the front line, and she makes them counterattack at a 50% chance rate with depending on Molagora. That fucking sucks. Just straight up take away this stipulation, because the only way you can make it guaranteed is if you hit her whenever you're either provoked or have redirect provoke, then it suddenly becomes double the chance to, make the foremost ally counterattack and also get crit damage buff. And it's quite frankly fucking stupid. Just get rid of those stipulations, and then suddenly Bad Cat Armin is, really, 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 really fucking interesting. But hey, either way, the one thing we're going to be seeing quite a bit throughout a lot of these Guild Wars is we're straight up gear gapping. For starters, the Bad Cat Armin did not affect my last Strider Krau. If you're running any decent Bad Cat Armin, you're probably going to be having a decent amount of effectiveness along with HP, defense, and things of that nature. And she just straight up wasn't able to hit my last Strider Krau. He only has 100 F-res, and I have Troublemaker Crozet with me for the simple reason of, there's a Kayron on the field. Kayron on the field is something that I always respect. just because anytime I see a Kayron on the field, I have no fucking clue what the person in question is actually cooking in their mind whenever they are putting this character out. I've been hit by thermonuclear Kayrons. I'm dealing with a unit that's going to be given crit damage buff. I have every right to assume, oh, this is going to be like a full-on damage Kayron, and it's going to actually fucking spook me. Lo and behold, this is with attack buff and crit damage buff. Sure, that was through a def buff, and it was also through Troublemaker Crozet. I'm not impressed. So, you just never really quite know what you're going to get. And especially because on that very first S3 that the Kayron did to my Roana, yeah, it was still through def buff, and it was still through Troublemaker Crozet. I don't think he even was able to break the barrier. I mean, hey, that's just the way it is. And like right here, I go on ahead and I just fast forward a little bit because there's nothing really left that the Elena can do. A ways it goes. Wow, I actually managed to talk through that whole thing. I'm proud of myself. Now, here is another fight. Now, the very first thing that a lot of you astute in the audience are probably realizing is that is one hell of a chunky ram. Guess what my dumbass didn't see? I still haven't seen it. I'm not even looking at the screen at this moment and realizing, oh, that's almost 20k HP on Ran. Whatevs. But either way, you're probably going to agree with me that I was gear gapping this fight just a bit, because this felt a little off. Now, normally when you're fighting, like, you know, a Ran, Senya, and a Lilias team, you're essentially going to be cleaved hard by the Ran, and also the Ran straight up didn't even affect my lone Crescent Bellona. He didn't strip anything, he didn't do anything about it, everything else was a little far back. But, like, ultimately, this strategy should work in the future. I'm just a little hesitant on it now from this particular footage, because the Ran didn't really do anything. The Ran was also a thick Ran, and the Senya has like 12k HP. That is absurdly low. Sure, the Lilias is on mature sunglasses and was borrowing a gab from Senya, and even that felt like it didn't really do that much damage. So I'm going to chalk this up to just gear gapping, and I had far more defensive stats going into this than, say, like in the future. Because I normally fight like Lilias, Senya, Rans a good bit. I'm more than willing to try this one more time the next time I see it, and I'll see how well this team really functions otherwise. But, like, you see how it's, like, easily falling? I know Lone Crescent Bellona is really good. Like, I know she's good. I know Elena makes a lot of this, like, you know, the anti-cleave shenanigans work really well, but this just felt way too fucking weak. We'll try it again when we fight that team again. And then here, we have Unbound Arowell, Moon Bunny Dominiel, and Savior Adin. Okay, well, guess who's open and free to be absolutely murdered? Yeah. So, when you have Oxlots, Arunka, and literally any other fucking unit, the only reason why I even brought Rule of Light is just in case that was a Savior Adin that was at like 280 speed, or whatever. Like, the Moon Bunny Dominiel could have been 280, you know, something like that. Then she could have S3'd and then pushed up the whole team, given Savior Adin attack buff, and then she would have, like, you know, nuked my A-Lots. So, this was just as a means of precaution. Hey, Rule is there pretty much to bring back Oxlots, and then I can kind of just do whatever I want at this point. So, we were able to take out the Savior Adin, now we're able to take out the Moon Bunny, and all we have left is Unbound Arowell. Literally no threat that we really have to deal with here. Also, Ruele was really fun because Oxlots was stunned at one point, but with the S2, we're able to cleanse that off, and then he's able to do all the oh-so-wonderful boosting that he does. So, we have Arowell at next to no HP. Fuck it. Might as well just throw out that S3. So normally we do think crazy-ass damage like in the 30Ks or whatever, but then with no barrier, oh no, so we only do like, you know, 11K. Man, damage is retarded. And okay. So this is Summer Break Charlotte, Kise, and Haste. Okay, so there's a number of reasons why this team is not good. For the very first one is just the mere fact we are straight up gear gapping. Like, this is gear gapping. Like, if my 200 speed Shadow Knight Pyllis is able to speed contest your Kise, your Haste, and literally anything else on your team, and you are required to, you know, get that first turn, I'm sorry, you need to go back to the drawing board and try something else. Because just straight up, The Kise did nothing. The Haste is the only one who's actually doing anything because he's actually able to hit my evasion unit Violet, just because LOL, what is luck. But as soon as, like, Haste is down, Violet quite literally solos the rest of the team. The only thing that could go wrong is if the Kise was, like, on absolutely cracked-ass gear and somehow managed to hit my Violet, and that's really pretty much the only way we would really lose at that point. But either way, we kill the Kise with minimal effort, we kill the Haste with minimal effort, and then we S3 that Summer Break Charlotte with minimal effort. On to the next one. So, here's another one. I legit did not even remember what the fuck Wanderer Silk did. Now, the S3 is pretty cracked. The only problem is, it doesn't actually strip. So, because it doesn't strip, and I have immunity on myself because Christy has Bastion and Pollution on us, and that just straight up gives a free turn of immunity to whoever's in the back row, hey, what better unit to go ahead and have that? So, we're pretty much protected by the Wanderer Silk, and because of my own lack of knowledge when it comes to fighting Wanderer Silk, I just decide, I kind of want to just delete that thing, just get it off the field. Now, there's actually nothing to really worry about. The S3 is the only thing that's kind of dangerous. It does not strip, so it's not even really that big of a problem. So if you didn't have immunity, it would like reset your CR bar all the way down to 0. It would silence you, I believe, and I think it probably does other shit. But either way, no problem. Soul is on this team as well, and the Soul is woefully undergeared. So... This is one of those, like, big towers where all of the, like, stronger towers are actually on the front, and then they put, like, a weaker unit in the back. And that's pretty much what we're looking at here. Because, like, the Wanderer Silk does nothing. The DPS, which is Soul, is doing next to nothing. And right here, even though they were all brought back, we were hit enough times, our fighting spirit's full, everything's dead. And now we just kind of... wait it out until we get our next turn with Lone Crescent Bellona, and they're fucking dead. Simple as. So, pretty much, the one thing I'll go ahead and I'll talk about it here in just a bit.
Oh, we won! We really did it!
So, spec change, Christy. I hear a lot of people are still talking some mad shit about her, but honestly... Silvertide Christy is not bad. Like, it's really not bad. It just feels disappointing because we waited so fucking long for a new spec change, and then the only thing they gave us was, like, a little bit of speed and some effectiveness, and just, like, a few reworks to the actual kit. And the reworks in general were just like, why the fuck are we having this? And it's like, okay, it's something. But, like, here's where, like, everything sucks, is you wanted to use her with, like, Arya to make it more effective, because, like, you know, F and F-Res is just a ludicrously broken stat. But, like, hey, there's not really much else we can say about that, other than, hey, get better gear and just throw the gear on your units. Because, like, until SG actually does something about the ratios of F to F-Res, there ain't fucking nothing we can really do about it. We can only, like, you know, hold our head back and re to the heavens, but, like, that's really all we can do. Like, there's not really any point to, like, really talking about it and discussing it other than just get better gear. Like, that's just, like, I hate that as an excuse for it, but, like, until they actually do something about F and F-Res, that's just the way it is. And if they do actually do something about the ratios of F to F-Res, this is actually a really, really good spec change to Christy, because then it gives her F while you are already overloading on F-Res. But either way, seems like her best friend is absolutely Lone Crescent Bellona, because she really pushes her up on the CR bar, as you really saw right there. But hey guys, it looks like it's already over. So hey guys, if you like this video, go ahead and leave a like. It does wonders for my mental health. And if you want to see more of my content, go ahead and hit subscribe. Oh shit, bye!